Today, Gone Fishing is in the Queen Charlotte Islands in northern British Columbia. Your hosts TJ Schwanke and Bob Kirkpatrick go bottom fishing just to see what they can pull out of the ocean. So stay with us and we'll have a fun look at a variety of ocean species.
Hi, welcome to Gone Fishing. I'm TJ Schwanke.
And I'm Bob Kirkpatrick. Well, we're up at the Queen Charlotte Islands, and this place is known for its terrific Chinook and halibut fishing, but we're trying something a little bit different today. Now, we're catching some of the bottom fish here, and you really don't know what you're going to get, and we just thought we'd come out here and have some fun and see what else we could get a hold of. It's still a lot of great sport. Here's something here.
Looks
like a rock cod.
Yeah. We had a lot of people kind of laughing at us today when we were coming out here, but it's, I don't know, any kind of fish you're catching are fun. I always think that. I know I get asked a lot at seminars, I imagine you do too. What's your favorite fish to catch?
Anything that swims.
So yeah, whatever you got on the end of the line at that time is my favorite. And there's some tremendous bottom fishing opportunities up here in the Queen Charlottes.
And being a couple of boys from the prairies, these fish are quite unique. We don't get to see a lot of different species, so catching any fish is a lot of fun.
There's something else to try up here. Like everyone comes up for the Chinook and the halibut, and I mean that fishing is phenomenal, but if you want to try something different, I mean this is it.
This is unbelievable.
I don't know what I've got on here.
I was reeling mine up off the bottom to check the bait, and something hit about 50 or 60 feet up off the bottom. I'm assuming it's a salmon up that high. What do you got there?
Oh, it's a dogfish is what they call them here.
Let's say a little shark.
Yeah. These are kind of the salmon fisherman's worst enemy from what I understand.
Even with the salmon, there's a variety of different species you can catch here. There's coho and Chinook and chum, sockeye, pinks, just about anything, and you never know what you're going to catch.
Boy, these have a leathery feeling, just like a shark. I guess these things grow quite large, up 40 pounds even. Oh, you got a big dogfish too.
Oh, this one here is a little bit bigger.
Yeah, quite a lot larger than this one. Yeah.
They sure look good. Just like a little shark.
Yeah, no teeth though.
Good.
They have a little mouth like a sturgeon almost.
I'm glad they got no teeth.
I'm going to drop mine back in and we'll get a little closer look at yours.
Now these are all pretty interesting fish for a couple of guys from the prairies. They feel like just like sandpaper, but one thing about catching all these species that you're not too familiar with is some of them you got to be careful which ones you pick up and which ones you don't and where you pick them up. Now these got two sharp little spikes in front of each fin. Oh, I can see that one's trying to get in my arm right now, and I guess if you get stuck with one of those you'll get quite a little infection and puff up. Well, this guy swallowed the hook pretty good, TJ. I think we'll just cut it off and I'll let him go.
All right. Well, as you can see, it got pretty thick out here, and a couple important tools to have: a compass and a chart. You get driving around here in circles and drifting with the tide. All of a sudden you look up, you have no idea which direction is which, and we can't see any shore at all right now, so without the compass we'd be lost.
Now we know we gotta turn and go south to get back to the shoreline that we were working before, so
Gonna head straight that direction.
other boats in the area, and we thought we'll try for some salmon along the shore here. I just got my line down. We hadn't even put the boat in gear yet, and bang, something took it.
I didn't even get mine in the water.
This thing already took about a 100-yard run.
First run was just spectacular. He just howled. It's you gotta be fairly adaptable anytime you fish the ocean, but especially up here. I mean, the weather can change so fast, fog rolls in. So, you know, we were out doing some ground fishing, out in the deep, out, you know, a couple miles offshore. Got too foggy, we had to come in, but might as well come salmon fishing. There's always something to catch when you're out in this kind of water.
Well, the other nice thing is we're using the same kind of tackle for, same gear for everything. I'll get the net for you. Using herring for bait, and we can catch just about any type of fish that are out here with that same bait.
That could have been a coho the way he ran there.
Oh, he sure took a run. Some good weight there.
Yeah.
Now with all these other boats around, maybe you can't see them right now in the fog, but there's probably 20 boats working this area. We can't let this fish run too far without chasing him with the boat, because so many other lines out, don't want to get him tangled up. I love this.
It's great. It never has to be a minute you're not catching fish out here. There's always something biting.
Well, he slowed down after that initial run, but
yeah.
I bet when he sees the boat, he's gone again.
Yeah, there's a good chance of that.
Doing a little head shaking there. Ooh. I must be getting him close to the boat now.
Yeah. He must have had you 150 yards out there, though.
He's looking at him shake.
Yeah.
He's not done yet. Ooh. He's coming up.
That's a spring.
Oh, there, he just saw the boat.
Yeah.
Look at him shake.
Nice one. He's over 20. Wow, yeah, that's a nice fish.
Oh, he's just shaking like crazy.
They're just using cut plug herring for everything today. And that's a nice thing. If you do happen to be in salmon areas, even if you're fishing for other species, that's the primary bait for them up here.
Now, a lot of the people, when they're fishing for halibut, now they don't cut the herring, they just use a whole one, but we've found we have a little bit better luck. And again, like you say, you can pick up anything. But we found we've had a little better luck by cutting them. I think it maybe adds some extra scent. You got them there?
I do.
All right, it's kind of hard to maneuver this thing with this big weight on here.
So that's why we're using these long rods and this heavier line too. It, you know, if you tie into something like this, like just for those rock cod and things, you could use a lot lighter line, but if you tie into something like this, you need a little beefier outfit. So there's a nice spring.
That's got to go
25
pounds?
Yeah. Oh, he's a good 25.
Now, another thing, it's important to change your leader almost after every fish. These fish are hooked quite deep, and we can probably get the hooks out, but they scar up the line, and there's no sense taking a chance on losing, you know, that 40-pounder or whatever. So it's just as easy to cut it off, retie, and leave the hooks in them.
Especially with fishing out the rocks there. I know I've felt mine a couple times, and even the 20-pound cast was really frayed up. And we're using this Berkeley XT line, and it's noted for its toughness, and that's what it's made for. And it was even quite frayed up. So if you're fishing out the rocks, or as Bob said with the salmon, even their teeth rubbing it, you get a fish like this on, it could be once in a lifetime, and you don't want to lose them because of fraying your line.
There. It's a nice fish.
The beauty of the Queen Charlotte, there's always something you can catch. Wow, that was some pretty spectacular jumps.
That one's got lots of action. I don't think that's a spring.
No, this has got to be a coho the way he's running and tearing up the water. He's pretty tired. He'd give his all, yeah. Oh, he's hooked right in the bottom jaw, too. Could be partly why, yeah. Nice coho.
Oh, there.
All right.
It's another one of the many species you can get here.
This is probably the second most sought after salmon up here is the coho. Chinook being the first, of course, just because they're much bigger. But I think pound for pound, you can't beat these coho for fight. They're unreal. They're so acrobatic. I think nothing is stripping off 100 yards of line in one run. At 1,000 miles an hour.
They don't get as big, but they...
Yeah, like a big coho is 8-10 pounds. I mean, they do get up over 15 or 20, but...
We're going to need the pliers to get that hook out, TJ. Watch your fingers.
But, there they are. They had quite a bit wider gums than a Chinook. All right, that was fun. Well, I think this one's a little bigger. I think I got a decent halibut on here.
I'm not sure what I got. Halibut are kind of neat. They live right on the bottom. And one side of them is white and the other side is kind of sand colored, so they blend in really good on the bottom. They've got kind of funny. They got both their eyes on top of their body, like when they're laying flat, both eyes are up. Well, they don't start out that way, do they?
No, when they're born, their eyes are on opposite sides of their head, but as they grow older, they move over to the flat side, and it's kind of unique. I don't know any other species that do that.
Ooh.
Oh, you got, looks like a ratfish.
I'm not sure what this one is.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little halibut there.
Yeah, you bet.
Well, I got this one foul hooked. I'm not even sure what this is.
That is one goofy looking fish. Well,
I don't know whether I should touch this thing or not. A lot of these fish got a lot of spines and stuff on them, and I think I'll just get them in a little closer.
Well, there's a halibut there. You can. You see what I was talking about with both eyes on top of his head? It's kind of unique. And then this side's white. That's the side they laid down with. This is the side that's up, and they're kind of an ambush feeder. So when something comes over them, whatever it is doesn't really see them, and they just pop up and grab it. And they're quite aggressive and fairly quick to grab prey. Halibut are excellent table fare. They have nice white flaky meat. There's kind of a big strip runs here and another strip here, and they're mostly meat, but I'm not going to keep him today. But if you ever do catch one and you want to take it home to eat, they are excellent. There you go, big guy. Now what that is, Bob?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I can hold on to or not. He's sure slimy thing. But I see a big spine on the back. I don't want to get my hand in there.
This one's got us stumped, there's no doubt about it.
Sure graceful in the water, though. It's kind of like an airplane or something, like a ray, the way it swims around here. Hey, TJ, do you have that glove on?
Yeah, I do.
Let's pick this thing up and have a look at it. I'll get the hooks out of it.
Looks like he's got a big spike right in the top of him there. I'm trying to avoid.
You got him?
Well, yeah.
Oh, he's pearl. There, hooks out of him. He's got a sucker mouth, but look at the teeth on there. They're
Looks like a set of dentures in there.
really different.
He's got these big wings on the side here. Looks like he's flying when he goes through. There's a big sharp spike up here, something like a dogfish has, and he kind of resembles that, but not really. I don't know. We're gonna have to look this one up. Well, that looks like a good one, Bob.
Again, you never know what you're going to catch here. I don't know what this is yet. I haven't seen it.
I would guess a big halibut by the looks of it.
It took a couple of good runs.
That's a heavy fish.
Oh, you're telling me.
Well, these halibut grow well in excess of 200 pounds. And
I don't think this one's 200 pounds,
no,
but it's a good one.
Yeah. They sure put up a fight.
Oh. He's solid down there.
Yeah, 20-pound test looks awful heavy when you start the day, but
someone mentioned at camp that pulling a big one of these up is like pulling up a sheet of plywood. This is similar.
A big sheet.
Oh! You see him? Oh, yeah.
He's about the size of a sheet of plywood. Now, what are we going to do when we get the gaff in him?
Well, you gaff him, pull him in, I'll run.
Okay.
Oh, that's a nice sized fish.
Yeah.
In quick. Can you get him in? All right.
So there's the kind of halibut the Queen Charlottes are famous for.
Wow. Oh, I can help you out here. Well, how big do you think that one is?
Boy, that's got to be 35, 40 pounds.
Wow.
Here, you hold them.
Oh. Now, you got to be careful with these. When they get big like this, as you can see, they go wild.
That's a gorgeous fish.
I don't know if I can hold on to this or not.
Grab him by the tail there, too.
Get that hook out of there. Yeah. Wow. That's a good fish.
They sure are flat, but they're so wide. All right. Well, that'll make some nice meals.
That's great. Whoa!
Alright, today we're fishing for a variety of species, and we're using cut plug herring mostly, and I just want to show you how to cut that. Now what you want to do is you want to lay your knife with the belly of the herring facing you and lay it at about a 45-degree angle this way, and also tip your knife at a 45-degree angle and just cut right through. And you don't need the head. And what you want to do is you want to clean this belly right out, that cavity. And if you don't do that, it won't roll properly. And you want this to roll just like a wounded fish. So just clean everything right out of there. Now it's a little easier. You don't want these herring too soft, so it's easier if they stay partially frozen. And once you get that all cleaned out, we're using a 2-hook snell today. And what you do is take the back hook first and hook it in the short side and see where the black meets the silver there. That's a lateral line on this fish. And you just want to bring it through and pull that hook right through. And you want to disturb the scales as little as possible. And turn that hook back around. Hook it in about an inch back, right in the same spot. Turn it up, take the scales off. Now pull it right inside, then push it back. Now, there should be a little slack line there, just pull that out. Now take your front hook and just go on the other side of the backbone on the long side and right up through the top. Now when that goes through the water, that'll just roll really nice and slow, and that's the action you want from these. Now we're also doing some bottom fishing, and when we were drifting with the current we were using this, but when we were vertical jigging, when the tide was slack, we just quite often used the whole herring, and that's what we caught a lot of halibut on and some of the other bottom fish we caught. And it's not much of a trick to hooking them up. Just take your whole herring and take one hook, the back hook of your rig near the tail, and just go right through and just push it so the eye is actually buried inside. Then take your front hook and just come through the other way. See, what you want is a hook sticking out each side. Now when you jig that, it'll come up head first, and that's what you want when you're vertical jigging. But like I say, if you're moving at all, it seems that cut plug works a little better because it's just got that nice slow roll and it'll act more like a wounded bait fish. But you get those slack tide periods, you might want to try this.
We've got the camp fish master, Corey Fowler, with us, and he's going to show us how they catch these crabs that we're going to get to feed on later on tonight. What kind of crabs are you catching here, Corey?
Actually, today we have Dungeness crab. We have a variety of crabs here. We have rock crabs and we have Dungeness. Dungeness are the best eating ones here at the lodge, so we give the guys a little taste of it. Their last night here with steak and crab.
Let's get that trap in and get some.
Okay, guys. Okay, the best bait we use here for Dungeness is halibut's really excellent. We use a lot of halibut carcasses and salmon heads. You know, we got a good variety of them with a lot of guys coming in with a lot of fish, so we take advantage of all the fish we got there. So,
how deep are we putting this into here, Corey?
Okay, we're in about 25 feet of water here. What it is a lot of the big tides is around 20 feet, so we tried to find the drop-off. The crabs like to tend to stay around the drop-off so they can come up in the flood and tide and feed. So right here we got the salmon head in here. This is where we hold our bait, and this is a hoop net. So just sitting off the side here.
How long do we have to wait before we come back?
About 20 minutes. We give it about 20 minutes. That way there's a good variety of crabs down there, and by the time we set a couple traps and come back and pull them again, we usually have a good mess of them.
Wow, that's unreal. 20 minutes to get that many crabs.
Yeah.
I can eat a mess of crabs.
Yeah. Maybe you should leave it down half an hour.
Now, you can only keep certain ones, can't you?
Yeah, that's right. With the Dungenesses, you're only allowed to keep the males. You have to release all the females. The only way you can tell them apart is by flipping the crab upside down. They all look identical. By the belly, you'll see there's a heart shape. That's a female. And the males have a flat bottom. And you usually feel the crabs too to see if they're nice and soft. And we have so many here we can be picky.
Well, once we catch a few, you can show us the differences between the males and females. Is there a size limit? Is there any certain size that you can keep, or do you have to put back some smaller ones?
Yeah, actually, it has to be 7 inches. So what you do is you spread your fingers across, and it's a quick estimate. We measure them back at the lodge, but up here we get them around 9 inches. So we can be pretty picky up here.
Alrighty, so all we do is leave it there and come back?
Yeah, that's all we do.
Alrighty.
Well, Corey was giving us about half an hour. I wonder if we got anything.
It's pretty heavy.
Whoa! Oh, wow!
You weren't kidding, it was lots in here. There you go, boys.
I'm going to keep my hands out of there. Those things look like they could be a little bit dangerous. You're going to have to show us how to pick these up.
Okay, you gotta be showing it pretty lively. You gotta grab in right behind their, right in behind them. Don't get your fingers too close. You gotta keep your hands together like you're pinching somebody. You just reach in there. Here's another nice size one there, boys. What it is again with the males, it's nice and flat. The females have a nice heart shape here. You only keep the males, they're nice and hard. What it is with the females also is they're not as good as eating. You're not supposed to eat them, you know, against the law, but they're really soft, they're really muddy, we call them. There's a, you know, a nickname for them. They're really muddy. So these ones are nice and hard. You want to feel that? Feel how tough that is. That's right full of meat.
Good bite full there, I think.
So the Dungeness are the better eating ones.
Yeah, by far, by far. These are Dungenesses. So we gotta give them a quick measurement, check if they're a male or a female, and that's about it.
Well, I think that should be enough for you and I, Bob.
I think we could do damage to that anyway.
All right.
This here's a female. When I was mentioning earlier, there's a heart shape here. There it is right there. What it is a flap. That's our female right there.
Okay.
You have to release all females.
I don't know if I got enough nerve to reach in there and grab one of those or not.
Righty.
Here's another red rock crab.
You don't save those to eat at all?
No, the odd time the chef likes their claws, put a little color on when they serve them. Some people like them if they don't really mention them or the cook doesn't want them. We usually release them. There's another nice one.
There's a lot of good eating on there, TJ.
Yeah, there's a good pull there, guys.
Alrighty, let's go eat some.
Okay.
Well, we've had a great day out here in the Queen Charlotte's. We've had a variety of different species today, including this Dungeness crab that the chefs prepared for us.
We'd like to thank Mike Gillespie and all the staff here at Sampson Fishing Lodge. It's been a truly wonderful experience. If you want an angling experience of a lifetime, this is a place to come. Let's get at these crabs.
Until next time, we're gone fishing.